everybody, and a very happy November morning to you all. A very warm welcome to you all to West Suffolk College virtual welcome event. And today it's Debbie Coombs and I'm from the campus called Built Environment, and we look after electrotechnical, plumbing and building services and all the construction crafts. And alongside me today, I've got Mark Ames, Stuart Hart and David Warren. So thank you very much for coming to our Q&A today. Keep the questions coming and we'll do our best to answer them. Okay, questions are coming in through the virtual airways as I speak. So if you give me 2 seconds, I'll read the first one and get that out to you as quickly as I can. Great. So our first question is, what potential careers can I do with any of the courses at Built Environment campus? So let's go over to Mark first and he'll give us a brief overview of his courses and what careers they lead to.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Ames. I look after the construction department, where within the construction department, you can have the choice of brickwork, learning the skills of a bricklayer, carpentry, learning the skills of bench joinery or site carpentry. We have painting and decorating. We have our multi-skills course, where if you're a bit unsure where you wish to go to or what sort of trade you would like to follow, you can come in and it's a year's course doing a taster of painting and decorating, brickwork, carpentry, bit of plastering, a bit of tiling, a little bit of plumbing. When after that year, you could then decide to go into your chosen field if one particular field stood out more than any other to you, or you could continue along the maintenance route within the multi-skills course, which we've got some exciting opportunities this year, where our multi-skills course is being sponsored by Flagship Homes, a really large maintenance company throughout the east of England. And what they're going to do is, after completion of the first year, you can then go on to the second year, where on completion of that year, which is the course that is sponsored by Flagship Homes, they will offer you a guaranteed interview for an apprenticeship for one of their areas that they look after, be it in carpentry, plumbing, electrical. Another opportunity we've got is we run a angling water course, where it's a basic level 2 groundworks course, but where at the end of the course, again, you're guaranteed an interview with Angling Water and one of its alliances for an apprenticeship with them. We also run a construction built environment course, which is more, rather than focusing on any of the trades, it's more a construction management course. It's a 2-year level 3 course, which then progresses on to perhaps site management or quantity surveying, or even architecture. So as you can see, we cover really anything to do with the building trade as such. We've got a course for you. Thank you.
Thanks there, Mark. Okay, David, I've got a couple of questions coming in. Due to COVID, do I have to study from home is the first one. And second one, David, can I park at the college and do I have to pay for this? So I'll come to you for those answers, please.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is David Warren. I'm Head of Building Service Engineering and Plumbing down at the Built Environment. With regards to the first question, we have adopted a new way of teaching this year due to COVID and the restrictions, but we still run a normal timetable in plumbing. So the classes are limited to a number of 20. So you come in for a full workshop session, all 20. So you get to see your classmates all together, the full class. And then we run 2 theory sessions. One theory session we call all online. That means you are literally working from home, and the delivery is via Teams like you're watching us on now. But we also use Google Classroom to upload work where your work is marked. We get to see work. We have a stream on there, which is a little bit like an Instagram or Snapchat stream, which is really good, so other students can put stuff up. Also other tutors within my area. And we also have what we call a 10-10 session, where we have 10 of you come in the class while the other 10 are at home learning via Teams and obviously Google Classroom, and then you swap each week like that. So it's like a normal timetable. Some of it is delivered online, you're in for full practical, and you also get a classroom session until things can get back to normal. With regards to can I park at the college, where we are down at Built Environment for students, car parking is free, and there is generally plenty of car parking.
Thank you, David. That's great. And over to Stuart for the same question for electrical technical. Due to COVID, do I have to study from home, and can I park at college?
Well, I'll do the bad news first. Parking at college, because we're on the sixth form campus, there is a charge for car parking, because it's at a premium. Sorry, I put my teeth in, and that's £2 a day. We also, the same as plumbing, we have online delivery for theory. We have the guys in and girls for practical for a full day. So you'll come in, you'll just do practical for the whole day, and then you'll do theory at home as well. Due to the group sizes, we can, and our actual sizes of our facilities now, we've actually moved. We've got some nice big airy classrooms, so we can actually get 20 in a classroom with all the COVID spacings and requirements, etc. So we do have online delivery alongside in-class delivery.
Thanks, Stewie. So I'm going to come over to Mark now. A couple of questions have come in, Mark. Do we work closely with local employers?
We have great links. It's something that we've strived on in the last few years, building up these links and building up these connections and that with our local employers. Excuse me. Because there are so many construction projects going on in our area. I mean, you've only got to look in the papers and online, and daily there's a new construction project going on, there's a new build going on. We try to find out what companies and that have got these local contracts, and then we get in contact and work with them, sorting out, seeing if we can have site visits, getting them coming into the college, having a walk around, having a chat with our students, telling our students exactly what they're looking for from a student or from an apprentice and that. So yes, we're building on working with local employers all the while. And I'd like to say that, that if there are any local employers out there watching this morning, please do get in contact so that, and when we are back to normal, please come and have a look at our facilities, come and talk to us about your requirements and that. And I'm sure, you'll be overwhelmed with the work and that we're doing.
Lovely, thanks, Mark. And I'm going to come to David on this one, and he'll give us an overview for all three areas, I think. How long is a course, David, and how are the courses assessed? And do I need a laptop to study from home? So how long are the courses? How are courses assessed? And do I need a laptop? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Let me address the first one. Most of the full-time courses are 1 year's study, which is over 34 to maximum of 36 weeks. Although there are some caveats in that. Down at Built Environment, the CBE course is a 2-year course, and if you were to get an apprenticeship, electrical and plumbing are 4-year courses, so your delivery is over 4 years, and construction, I think most, and please feel free to correct me, Mark, most of the apprenticeships for construction are 2 years, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So the main sort of like level 2 apprenticeship as such is over 2 years, and then there's the option of another year on top to get like an advanced or level 3 qualification.
Thank you, Mark. And obviously the plumbing and electrical apprenticeships are level 3. That's why they're 4 years. With regards to how you'll be assessed, there's a variety of methods. So if we talk about most full-time courses, which are diplomas, so we run a lot of diplomas, you are assessed by exams during the year, and you'll also have assessments and do a portfolio of evidence in our workshops. Okay, we also in electrical and plumbing run the new technicals. They are done slightly differently, a bit like a GCSE, where you learn through the year, and then you have one exam that covers the whole year, like on a GCSE. And we have in the workshop what we call a synoptic, which is like an assessment, but it's a fairly large assessment. It's delivered over 3 days. And that's what accounts to what your final grade will be. With regards to apprenticeships, depending whether you're running an old framework, it's multiple exams and multiple assessments in the workshop, but we also run brand new standards. We are a trailblazer college in that respect for getting standards out, and standards are delivered like the technicals. You learn a lot of knowledge, you have minimal amount of exams and assessments per year, and you're building up to what is known as an EPA, an endpoint assessment, where you are assessed independently from the college. And was there one more? Do I need a laptop? Ideally, yes. And I think, Stuart, correct me if I'm wrong again, and Mark, I think what we found this year with the home learning is the systems that we are using can be delivered across multiple devices, whether it be a mobile. Obviously, it's a smaller screen, so it's less functionality on a mobile, but you could watch a lesson on a mobile and type in and get asked questions. Ideally, a laptop is better, or a tablet or an iPad. I think that's everything, Debbie.
Lovely, thanks, David.
Thank
And
you.
over to Stewie now. We've got a specific around the electrical technical. I'm looking to do your electrical courses. Do you suggest that I try and get an apprenticeship alongside the electrical courses? It's something I need to do separately.
Okay, well, the apprenticeship and the full-time courses are completely separate. So you're either a full-time student or an apprentice, not both at the same time. Full-time, depending on your GCSEs, would be level 1 start or level 2. If you were to complete the level 2 with us as a full-time student and then get an apprenticeship, that's fine. You can move straight in to become a year 2 apprentice. And the same as if you stayed with us then for level 3 and completed that with us as a full-timer, you can then move across again as a 3rd year apprentice. So the two do interlink, and we can what we call APL, apply prior learning, from the full-time into the apprenticeship frameworks.
Lovely, thanks, Stewie. Mark, one for you now here. It's about CBE, construction built environment. How many GCSE passes do I need for the 2-year CBE construction programme?
Right, for the CBE course, we're looking at grade 4. So you really need to have achieved your maths and English grade 4, and with a good science as well. With all our other trades, we're probably looking at grades 1 to 3 as an entry for our level 1 courses. I'd just like to clarify, when we're talking about within construction level 1, level 2, level 3, rather than thinking it more as levels, think of it more as years. So it's like your 1st year, your 2nd year, your 3rd year. We have a lot of people coming in saying, you know, I've achieved my maths and English grade 4, I've got all these wonderful qualifications, yet you're putting me on a level 1 course. It's actually not a level 1 course as such. It's a year 1 course, or the 1st year of your course, because we need to progress these hand skills. So don't see our courses as, like I say, a level 1 course. See them as a year 1 course and a year 2 course, and you will progress up.
Thanks, Mark. David, over to you. We've got a question specifically around plumbing, and you've touched on this already. What does teaching and learning look like at the moment due to coronavirus, but specifically with regards to plumbing? So do you want to just talk briefly again what you talked earlier? That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, no worries. So within plumbing, we have adopted what we feel has been a really great start to this virtual world and due to COVID. So with regards to your practical sessions, you have a normal practical session in our workshop with your full class. We've maxed the class out to 20. Our workshop is big enough to socially distance. It's lovely. It's all taped out. In fact, we were the very first area to actually have students back into the college way back in July. With regards to the theory sessions, like I said earlier, if you missed it, we are running 2 different programs. We deliver, so you will see me like you are seeing us now via Teams. So you'll log in from home. We have one all online session where everybody works from home. That is via Teams, but your work that you are set and the work that you need to do and hand in is done via Google Classrooms. So you get a chance to log into the Google Classrooms. Your work is all there. It's set. We have questions of the day. We have assignments. You can upload screenshots, Word documents, PDFs. I then mark it and my fellow tutors mark it. You see what all your marked stuff up there. You see what mark you're getting. You're also told if you're late for handing stuff in. We also, believe it or not, we're that good now. We run an algorithm within Google Classroom that actually detects plagiarism. So if you are copying and pasting from websites, we have not got a problem with that. We just need you to reference it. So what we're saying, if you find the answer that you want for a question and it is on a website and you cut and paste it, that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, you've done well to research it and find the answer, but you can't claim it as your own. You just reference a website. Otherwise, the classroom picks it up. It's working really well. And in plumbing, we feel if the results are good this year, we will adopt a hybrid next academic year. Even with COVID restrictions gone, we will do some form of online learning along with practical in the workshop and classroom. Thank you, Debbie.
Lovely, David. One for Mark now. It says here, I've seen on the virtual tour that the built environment campus is separate to the main campus. Do we ever get the opportunity to go to the main campus? You're on mute, Mark.
Sorry, apologies. It's really, do you need to go to the main campus? At the built environment campus, we're probably about a 10-minute, 15-minute walk from the main campus, but we have everything at the built environment campus that you'd find at the main campus. We have welfare support. We have all our maths and English is done at the built environment campus. We have our own canteen. So yes, you can go up to the main campus if you wanted to meet friends and bits and pieces, but we have everything at the built environment campus that you would find at the main campus. Lovely,
thanks, Mark. And the next one I think is also for Mark. Do you train students in constructing using turbines and other renewable things and renewable energy? I'll come to Mark first, then David, and then Stewie, because there's slightly different aspects to that for the three different areas.
Yeah, turbines, renewable things, not so much my area. I think more Stuart's and Dave's, but we are always looking at new initiatives and new products that are coming online, new ideas that have been using within the construction industry. We're keeping on top of that. Like I say, working with new employers, employers that are using new construction techniques. We get in contact. We ask them to come in. They'll come in. They'll demonstrate these new techniques and bits and pieces within the college, or we'll look at taking students out onto their sites to see these new initiatives and that going on. So we're always up for, you know, right at the front, all new initiatives, everything that's going on now as such within construction, we're on top of, we're aware of, and we're pushing that through to our students.
Thanks, Mark. Stuart, over to you and kind of the green side and the renewable side of energy.
Yes, of course. When you get into such trades, it tends to be after you've learnt the basics of your chosen career pathway. So you'd obviously come to college and study full-time with us or as an apprentice, and then you would then specialise in one of the areas that you were interested in, be that wind turbines or solar power, such things as that. So you then go on to do further development courses to enhance your career down your chosen path.
Lovely, thanks, Stuart. David, anything to add to that in terms of plumbing?
Yes, okay, so in plumbing, again, plumbing and electrical are closely linked. So as well as learning, as Stuart said, your basic, which is plumbing, we do touch on level 1, level 2, and my new building service engineering course, which covers actually 4 trades, which is refrigeration, air conditioning, heating and vent, electrotechnical and plumbing. All those 3 courses, level 1, level 2 and the BSc, have an environmental unit in it. So you are in the classroom, from a classroom point of view, you learn about new energies like ground source, air source, solar PV, solar thermal, micro hydro. It's not something that we specifically offer as a course on them at the moment, but I'm not going to say too much. What I might say is, by the time maybe that you come to the college next academic year, we are actively looking at how the industry is going and what the industry is required, and if the industry requires that we need in this area some form of environmental course, we will probably end up doing that.
Lovely.
Am I allowed to say,
Yeah,
am I allowed to say that, Debbie?
if I can jump in on that one
Come
as
in,
well,
Stu, thank you.
just to say that we're now looking at developing a specific course for electric vehicle charging.
Yeah.
So, you know, embracing the new technologies, and we'll be doing that in conjunction with our motor vehicle and engineering departments. So they look at the servicing side of the car, whilst we look at the actual providing the power supplies for the charging and things for it. So we are moving forward with all that kind of technology.
Thank you, Stewie. Thank you, David. Quick question here, and I'm going to direct this I'm going to answer this question, then direct it. What is the main difference between a full-time student and an apprentice, and how many days would I be at college for each? As a generic, as a full-time student, you'll be at college probably 3 days a week, possibly 4, depending on how your work placement and your maths and English goes. But there is, and for an apprentice, you would be in day release. For our areas, it's usually a Monday or a Friday, but that could change. But usually you're pretty well on 1 day a week. But there is a specific apprenticeship talk today at 12, where the apprenticeship team will have a panel. So if you are around from the person that has emailed the question in, there is an apprenticeship talk at 12 today, and they'll go in more detail. I've got another one just come in about carpentry. So over to Mark. I'd like to do a carpentry. Will I have to have an interview?
Right. You want to do carpentry, the first thing you'll do is go on the website and apply for the carpentry course. Fill out all your details on there. Then somebody from the carpentry team will phone you back, and yes, you will have an interview online. Not so much a rigorous formal interview. It will be more just a chat with excuse me, with the carpentry lecturer. He'll then talk about what interests you with carpentry. Why do you want to be a carpenter? Is anybody in your family a carpenter? We'll look at your grades, what your predicted maths and English are, so that sort of thing. And you'll be able to ask a lot more questions about the course. How will I do this? How will I do that? What will I learn? Where will I go? Anything you need to know. So think of it more like an informal chat rather than a hardline interview as such, an interview for a job.
Lovely, thanks, Mark. Stuart, there's another question coming about work placement, work experience. So do I have to do work experience on my course?
Yes, you do. For our level 2 and level 3 students, we ask you to carry out about 40 hours of work experience with a company related to your trade. So if you've got a job in Tesco's, unfortunately that doesn't count. So it must be related to your trade. We have a nice lady called Pam, who is our work placement officer. She will liaise with you and the companies that we have lots of companies that we already work with. If you have somebody who's offering you a work experience placement, she will liaise with that company, make sure that they have all the necessary health and safety and insurances and things in place, and arrange when you're going to go and visit. Your work experience is done on days that you are not in college, so you don't miss out on any of your theory or practical delivery.
Lovely, thanks, Stuart. David, do you want to talk a little bit about work placement? And there's another question: will the college help me get a part-time job?
Well, again, I can only echo what Stewie said. Both are level 2 courses. It is seen as you will need to require to do 40 hours around your related chosen. So if you can't find, the thing about that is if you can't find some work experience or local employer in plumbing, you are allowed to do something that's related. So if you are working in construction, say you have an uncle or a brother that works in construction and you can get access to that site or work with them and they're a builder, that will count even though you're on plumbing because it is related. Likewise, if your dad is a sparky but you want to be a plumber, you could use your dad's work experience and working for your dad to come in to plumbing. Pam is fantastic. We need a plan in place by normally the second week in November, and it is a plan to start with, and plans do change. I mean, obviously at the moment, COVID is having some impact, but I think the guys will echo me, and Debbie will say this also. The actual work experience that is actually starting to be planned is actually excellent, considering the conditions we're working under, basically. Is that okay, Debbie, for that?
Lovely. Thanks, David. Mark?
Yes, same thing again, really. Echoing the 40 hours work experience, that we're there to help you to try and find that work experience for you if you can't. But one other thing you might have seen on our virtual tour video is our Milburn Park area, which is like our real live outside construction site. It's something we've developed with local employers to provide an area out of the workshop. So all the skills that you've learned within the workshops can then be put to test in a real working experience. It's very much like walking out onto a construction site, but still at college. So we will be out there in the rain, we will be out there in the cold. We'll treat it very much as a working day. Within the college, we treat it very much like a construction site, in that you'll have a safety induction before you step out onto the site. All your PPE is there, you're wearing it correctly as such, and behaviour and everything would be exactly as it would be on a building site. So we're very much trying to install those real work experiences and real work skills within the college day.
That's lovely. Thanks, Mark.
I was going to say, can I just come on the back of that? Obviously, Mark,
very
I did
quickly,
teach,
Dave, 'cause we've got to hand over to the next one. So, yep, great.
I did teach on the Anglian Water last year, and all I will say is, on days when you're out there, the days are fantastic. You do feel like you are at work, and on a beautiful day like today, the days go so quick, and it is so enjoyable. Thank you, Debbie.
No problem. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Stuart, to Mark and to David. A big thank you to you guys out there in the virtual world. We'd love to come and see you at West Suffolk College. So come and find us, look up all your courses, and I'm now going to hand over to the STEM area and Gary Jefferson, and they're going to take you through their Q&A panel for STEM. So stay well, stay safe, look after each other, and thank you very much for all your lovely questions today. We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everybody. Hope to see you soon.